Just making sure this live stream is up and running. All right. Just sent that over to the team. Figured if they want to hang out, they can. 169 subscribers. Getting up there. We got a goal of 200 subscribers by the end of April. And so we're looking to hit that pretty well. All right, let's close out of Chrome. Save up some bandwidth for this computer. Click back on the game and it instantly just loads the rest of it. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. So we logged back in and we're at this campsite, so we might as well just re-pick up all of these miscellaneous things. That is something that's cool about this game. You can turn it off, but when you log back into Sons of the Forest, you know, we might as well eat something while we're here. When you log back into Sons of the Forest, kind of all of the stuff repopulates, so you can do it. Hey, Jay. How you doing, man? Good evening. What? It's like 1 o'clock on my end. Huh. How you doing today, though? Alright, just gonna pick up some more of this stuff. I don't want to set up like an actual base just yet until we get a little bit further through some of the caves, because some of it, like, there's no point in setting up a base over on this side of the island. Or is there? You know what? The Rebreather caves right there. We got this camp right here. We got this big wide beach. There's actually a good spot up here. Let's build a base real quick. Just something simple. Just to kind of make things a little bit easier on me. Give Calvin a place to hang out. I didn't realize I still had cooked meat. That's pretty cool. Alright. Nice. Sounds like a fun day for everybody over there. Really digging the new overlay. Really appreciate that. I talked to Gwen about making a couple tweaks on it. And so if she gets around to it, that would be awesome. But this is like an awesome, like really, really cool start to it. So really appreciate it. Hope your Sunday is very relaxing. Is that a golf cart over there? It's a golf cart. I think it's up there, though. Don't think I'll be able to get up that way. Maybe I might be able to jump up here. But if that golf cart's up on that cliff, we might not be able to just get to it that quickly. Yeah, it looks like we got to run around. If I remember correctly, I think there's a camp around here somewhere, like an enemy camp. But no matter. We'll figure it out. Alright, let's head up here, check out this golf cart. Usually with the golf carts, they're by locations of things. And so I want to just check out this golf cart to just see what it's next to. This might be a decent place to set up a base. We'll see. Just going to set up like a basic cabin, you know, like nothing too fancy. Yeah, see, there's a red plume of smoke over there. Got our golf cart over here. Let's go up here and check out this campsite. Hey, buddy. I mean, he could have just held out for like a couple more seconds, right? I always feel bad for those dudes. Like we were so close, right? Let's eat some Sloppy Joe real fast. So I also feel like these... Ooh, that's a moose. We need to be careful. Don't want to mess with the moose right now. Those things are brutal. They will track you down across the entire map. Well, I shouldn't say entire map, but they will track you down, and it is not a fun thing. You wouldn't expect the moose to be such fierce predators in this game, but they really, really are. So it's kind of weird that this was one of the plume locations, like the red cloud, and there was a dude waving it. Because I'm not really seeing anything at this spot. And usually we're going to see at least something. Let's check out this clearing. Not really seeing anything here. All right, well, let's go back to where that golf cart is. Typically, if you see the red clouds of smoke, they're trying to like direct you to something in that direction. And so it's a little weird that we didn't see anything there. But anyway, so it's not like the most ideal location. Whew, man, that moose just does not want to go away. I do not know if it has seen me or not, but I do not want to deal with a moose right now. I think I have a handgun and like this machete. There you are. I thought I saw one of them. Where'd you come from? Where did you come from? Just scout around here real fast, see if we see anybody else. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Nice clearing. Good spot to put up a base. Just kind of want to make sure that it's a little safer. There's a lot of hanging bodies over there, which tells me that there might be a camp in that general direction. What's up, lady? All right. Got some free spears over here. So yeah, not entirely sure what that marker was trying to place or trying to direct me to. But it doesn't matter. We're going to head back to that clearing. Set up just a basic base. Alright, I don't think I've put my machete on my hotbar yet. Let's take care of that. Alright, so 2 for that one. 3 on the handgun. This end of the map, we'll put that at 0. Molotovs at 9. And grenades at 8. Let's make a couple more Molotovs while we're in here. Man, I need to get some cloth. Did not realize that I had like no cloth whatsoever. All right. You know what, while we're in here. Yeah, you know what, let's create a base. And then we'll worry about doing some crafting stuff. All right. Anyway, back to that clearing, but this time we're going to grab a golf cart. Oh, I just saw another one. That's the thing. When you first start playing this game and you don't know what to expect, I swear, the enemies will freak you out. Like, they'll start climbing on trees around you and just craziness, jumping all over the place. It is ridiculous to try to keep up with everything. You know what? I've never tried this. I'm going to play chicken with a moose. Come on. Come on, buddy. Well, I guess it's not really chicken if he's just straight up running away. That might be a good deterrent for moose, though. All right. Well, let's go set up shop over here. Nice little clearing. All right. What kind of resources do we have around here? Got just regular stones on the ground. We got any rocks? I want to see if there's building rocks around here, because if there are, I can tell Kelvin to start harvesting them when he shows up. And I didn't realize that I like ditched him all over. All right, doesn't look like we're getting any rocks, which means we're going logs. Oh wait, there's one. No, what? Why can't I activate you? That's stupid. All right, yeah, let's go logs. Yeah, my strength is only at 3. I did not realize how weak I was. All right. It has been a long time since we've built anything outside of creative mode. This is going to be really interesting. All right. First things first. Chop this. And where's a good spot? This is good as any. There it is. All right, and as soon as Kelvin gets here, we'll set up a little log storage thing just to kind of save me some headaches. Gonna need a lot of logs to do this. How big of a base do we want to do? Let's do a 4x4. That shouldn't be that difficult to put together real fast. 4x4 with a patio. Trying to make it a little classier. Oh, was that one of... That's one of the rocks. Okay. All right, good to know. Kelvin, get over here. We got some stuff to do. You know what, actually? Let's go ahead and set up some storage while we're waiting for Kelvin to get here. Stone storage. We're gonna need this one. I like this rock over here. It's a nice little backstop to put things on. Go ahead and put in all of those. Just like that. Looking good. All right. And then next up, we're going to set up a log storage. Hey, Kelvin, right on time. Look at that. All right, so we're going to need some sticks to do that. So let's have you start working on getting some stones and fill the holder. Wraparound patio. You know what? I could do a wraparound patio. It's going to take a lot of extra logs, and there's a small part of me that really just wants to do the console commands right now and do the log hack just to build this base as quick as possible. But to be honest with you, I haven't actually built a base. Oh, that's just a 3/4 log. Haven't built a base using the... Oh, I did not mean to do that. I haven't built a base using the traditional mechanics in a long, long time. And so it's going to be interesting. Let me see if I can set up a wraparound patio. That'd be kind of a fun look. It'll at least cover the entire front of the base, like the entire front elevation. So it'll at least be robust. All right, need more logs. That's one thing. I don't know if you know this, Jay, but in this game, when you go to cut down the trees, you can't just cut them down directly. Like, you have to kind of work your way around the tree and make cuts in different locations. Otherwise, they don't fall down properly. It's kind of a really unique detail that they've added. But you can basically, if you know how to do it, you can angle the trees to go the exact way that you want. Alright, just setting up some basics here. Yeah, you keep filling that holder. I think I'm going to do a stone floor. Might as well, right? They're a little more sturdy. I'm not really worried about like building traps on this base. Like this is literally just a place for me to rest and hang out. And so I don't even think I'm going to wall it. I'm just going to kind of, we'll see, you know, we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to spend too much time at the base in this playthrough. I have decided that I am going to try to get the good endings. Like I'm not going to stay on the island. I've watched the endings of this game on YouTube and other videos and stuff, but I've actually never, I stay on the island every time I beat the game because getting the artifact and like all of that stuff is cooler to me than having the game end. And so, so either way, I think on this playthrough, we're going to actually watch the cutscenes together. All right, those rolled too far. Let's get those just back over there real fast. Didn't realize I had all these logs over here. All right, that should be enough to at least finish. No, that won't be enough for the framing just yet. I need to set up a water catcher soon. All right, so we just got to go one more down. Nice. Might still need to finish that up too. So that way Kelvin can start gathering some logs for me. Oh, hey, all right. So there's Virginia. And it's always a pain to get her on the first time. Oh, yeah, karate kick that rabbit. Get it. So the way that it works with Virginia is you don't like scare her like she's a mutant, but she's like good, you know. And if you want her to be your companion, you don't scare her. You just kind of have to watch her. She's going to get a little scared of you just like this, and she'll probably run away the first few times. But if you don't like do anything aggressive, she will eventually come up to you and give you a gift and become your companion. All right, and I see that moose coming into the territory here. I also see, ooh, what time is it? It is 5:45. It is getting kind of late. Luckily, we're right next to some tents, and so I'm not too worried about it getting late. If it gets too late, we're just going to sleep in one of the tents right next to where we're at. Go ahead and gather up some more sticks real quick. But we only have probably maybe 1 or 2 days before we're going to start having to deal with like nighttime raids and like search parties and things like that. And so I want to just at least set up a basic build here within the first couple days just to relax until we can actually get into some places where it's a little safer to store or sleep. All right, so there's 20 sticks right there. Just need 4 more on top of that. Does Kelvin affect her at all? So they interact. They definitely interact, but not when you're trying to like get her in your party. Like he more or less, like everybody leaves him alone, even the enemies, they just come after you. If he gets in the way, yeah, he can die and all that stuff. But everybody kind of, I guess, recognizes him as a brainless child who just builds things for you and is your companion. Wow, it got dark quick. But yeah, when she is in your party, eventually, like if he dies, she like cries over his body and a bunch of other stuff. It's a really unique mechanic, like a very, very unique mechanic with how those two interact. All right, so it is getting a little too dark out here. Let's go ahead and head back over to these tents that were over here and just sleep till morning. I don't think he affects her in a negative way to where like she won't join your party or anything like that. That was weird. Good old. Oh, hey, buddy. What is with that moose? That moose just really wants to be around us all the time. And I don't really have anything that would kill a moose right now. All right, back to work. What? I probably shouldn't have set up a base like right in the middle of moose country. But whatever. All right, so I am very thirsty, a little hungry. Let's go ahead and eat some of this stuff. Nice. That'll do the trick. And then we'll go ahead and eat or drink an energy drink here. Need to set up a rainwater catcher. Hasn't rained too much, but still. Did I just hear a moose grunt? That's like usually the only sound you hear before they charge at you. All right. Looks like we're in the clear. Ish. Okay. Nice work, Kelvin. So he just has to put one more in and that's full. Nice. All right, you get some logs and fill the holder. I do have grenades. I didn't think about that. I could definitely take down a moose with a grenade. I also have these sticky bombs, and those definitely could take down a moose. I don't know why, but I never think about using my explosives in this game. I guess, well, let me rephrase that. What's that? Did you just stab me with your axe? Okay, weird. But anyway, sorry, that was random. Like when I get into the caves and like there's the heavy enemies and like the bosses and stuff, like yeah, you're mostly like that's what you do. You use explosives. But when you're like out in the open, I always forget at how effective the explosives are, just in general. All right, so this is a 3x3. You know what? The 3x3 has enough. The 3x3 has enough. Let's go ahead and just make a 3x3. And we said wraparound patio. So this will be the patio. Just to mark it. And then we start working the flooring. This is going to be probably the longest section of the build. Whoa, they added it to where it just... That's a cool patch. I'm glad they did that. That's going to speed it up a lot. Sorry to aim through. That is true. And actually, I don't know if you were... I think you were in last night when I went up to that mutant camp. And I went and I threw a Molotov like right over a dude's head. And he just kind of stood there for a second and then started charging at me. It's kind of exactly what you're saying. Like my aim with the explosives in this game is just terrible. Terrible, terrible aim. All right, so we said we were going to do a little bit of a wraparound porch. So let's go ahead and add in a couple pieces here to make that happen. Let him keep bringing some logs. Calvin, speed up. Come on, bud. Got a base to build before nightfall. Go ahead and keep adding to the floor. You know, I think I'm going to just put Kelvin on doing the stone, and I'm going to worry about logs, because I'm just looking at what we have to build here, and it is going to take forever if I have to stop and go source stones. So yeah, you put those in, and then we're switching you over to rocks. Come here, you. All right, get some rocks. Oh, not rocks, stones. Fill the holder. And then I'll worry about getting this actual base set up. Nice. See, how much do we want this thing to wrap around? Do we want it to go full way or just around the half? Yeah, let's wrap it around the whole thing. Why not, right? Why not? All right, just had a quick little step up real fast, make sure that worked. And then this will be another step for like right here. All right, so he's working on those. Let's get back here, cut some more logs down. I do love watching the logs just kind of appear out of nowhere. That's always fun. Oh, man. I wish you could carry... Oh, that's a tribal camp right over there. Surprised I didn't notice that until just right now. Tribal camp. I've been playing Green Hell a lot lately. Not a tribal camp. That's a cannibal camp. That's what we'll call them in this game. An enemy location. All right, not too shabby. Kelvin's doing his thing. Let's get one more load of logs up here. And then we'll do a little bit of flooring so his holder doesn't fill up. All right, really cool. Oh, he wasn't even close to filling this thing. Come on, Kelvin, where's your game? Step it up. Cool. Another. Now we're going to do it around the back. We're not going to do it on the sides. Put that there for right now, and let's cut down some more trees. Nice. I do want to try to get into a cave today. So I'm hoping that... Oh, that's going to fall on my stuff. So I am hoping that we're going to be able to get this thing done relatively fast. So I can get into one of the caves. I mean, as if you've played this game, you can tell that we're right by the Rebreather cave. If you haven't played this game, we're right by one of the first caves that you go into. And so it's a really kind of cool location to just set up a basic base here. Probably won't be the only base that we're going to build in this playthrough, but definitely one of them. All right, so trying to prevent all these logs from just rolling away from me, because you get so many logs every time you cut a tree, and they can just roll all away from you. True. Yeah, only 60? Well, okay, so kind of. Then to actually floor the I forget what they're called. The platforms. To actually put flooring on the platforms, you need 2.5 logs per platform. And so I don't know if that's factored into your calculation, but if it's only 60, that's actually kind of surprisingly low. Because to do a enclosed 4x4, I think I think I can just show you in the book. Pull it out. Here, the small cabin. So this, wait, hang on. Yeah, okay. So this, the small cabin, is a basic 1x2 with a A-frame roof on it, and that's 75 logs. And so if you're saying that a full wrap around it would only be 60 logs, that's actually surprisingly like that actually kind of blows my mind that it's that few logs. I'm kind of impressed with that. We're probably going to do another one of those 1 log equals 1 subscriber videos in the next month or two. And I'm thinking either we'll do logs or we'll do like stones or something like that, but we'll try to build an actual like sizable base with each one of our subscribers, just for fun. All right, that I think is enough to kind of get things moving again. How are you doing? Oh, you've got a good collection. You're about halfway full. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So this is the actual end. We'll go over here. You know, I think we're going to go ahead and just frame this out real fast, just so I don't accidentally put this in a weird spot. Did I do that right? Yeah. All right. Still looking right. Still looking good. All right, so that is the actual base. And now we're going to work on this wraparound porch a little bit. You know, I should probably just turn off the animations if I want to speed this up. I'm realizing that's about probably 25% of my time here. 1 sub equals 10 pieces. 1 comment equals 1 piece. That's a really cool idea. You know, I've seen, I think on TikTok, I think some of the live streamers on TikTok do similar things to that. Like every like that the video gets is another thing that they get to put down or build in like Lego Worlds or Minecraft or something like that. That's not a bad idea at all. I think what you're saying is pretty cool. All right, need more logs now. Yeah, I saw that thing running around too, so trying to just take my time. All right, let's take a quick break and add some more flooring down. Want to just make sure that we get it done. You know what? I like that. Yeah, the followers can interact each time. I really think you're onto something. Where are you running off to? Why are you running away, Calvin? I don't like when my companion goes running off into the distance like that. That was very peculiar. Okay. Not creepy at all. Alright, so it looks like... Man, what time is it now? It is already almost noon. We have spent about half the day, and that's all we have to show for it so far. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Yeah. Yeah, what's going on? That was a good jump. That was a really good jump onto that tree. Mm-hmm. Yeah, still see you behind the tree. Hey, friend. Ooh, got a hit on me. Didn't actually mean to throw a rock at his face. In case you were wondering. All right, so we're going to put you right there. See anybody else out here? Don't really see anybody else out here. So I want to light this dude on fire. Get some more bones. 15 bones. Sorry, gonna just make some more bone armor real fast. Look pretty intentional. It did look pretty intentional. I'll admit that. So yeah, we're at 169 on the sub count. Getting there quickly. Goal is 200 for the end of the month. Can I light a dude on fire with a flare? I've never tried that. No, you activate the flare first. All right, can we light a dude on fire with the flare? All right, what if I like pick up the body and then put it on top of a flare? No. No, that's just a waste of a flare. Okay. That's fine. All right, let's Molotov this dude. You know what? That's a waste. I don't want to waste all that vodka right now. I think if I set up just a basic campfire here, I think there's a way that you can build like a larger fire too. And so, whatever. Let's just go ahead and just toss you on a campfire and catch you on fire. You get it? Yep, there we go. That'll do it. The things we do to get the supplies we need. Just while we're waiting for his corpse to burn. They burn really fast in this game. Like, ridiculously fast in this game. And really easily. Like, human bodies are not that combustible. Like, they're really not. Not that I know this from experience or anything. But they're just not that combustible. And so, it's kind of like you need to cover them in some type of flammable substance in order to actually catch them on fire. All right, so we got 10 bones there. We need just one more piece of bone armor. Wow, we're out of rope. Man, so many basic supplies. You don't think about how many basic supplies you need just to keep things afloat. All right, so cool. We got that going. Kelvin's still working on some stones. Go back to cutting this tree down that we were cutting before that dude came over. Cool. So why catch them on fire? If you catch them on fire, you I think you may have just seen it, but that's how you get bones in this game, is you can either find bones, like just randomly, or you burn bodies down. Hairspray works well for that. The hairspray, I wish they put the hairspray in this game, because the hairspray is like one of my favorite weapons from the first one. Like, and for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, because I know there's going to be people watching this later on, in the forest, one of the best weapons that you could get is just a very simple can of hairspray. And like, you wouldn't think about it outside of a non-survival or outside of a survival situation. But realistically, the hairspray flamethrower that game lets you make is just top notch. Like, it was one of the best weapons. It killed the babies so fast. It killed all of the different mutants very easily. All the demons, like all the demons are very susceptible to fire, ironically, I guess. And so the hairspray is phenomenal. It's not in this game, though. And I think one of the reasons why it's not in this game is they decided to upgrade your lighter. And so your lighter in this version is this purple, like LED kind of thing. And so, but in your first game, you have like a traditional Bic lighter, and it like the flame flickers on it, and it's just a lighter. And so, yeah, you find cans of hairspray. I'm surprised you didn't know this, and you just brought it up. Yeah, the hairspray is probably one of the best weapons from the first game. And it was one of those, because in the first game, there's no firearms. Like, there's one gun in the entire game, and you have to search in like 6 or 8 different locations to find all the pieces of the gun. I've never actually put the gun together, but it's apparently like this old school, like, I don't know what era, but it's like an old school single like shot round muzzle ball or muzzle loader kind of gun that shoots just little lead balls and pellets and things like that. So it's an old school gun, but either way, I've never actually made it. I've never unlocked the gun because it's just too much of a pain to do in the forest. And so the hairspray is my like go-to weapon in that one. Yeah, in real life, hairspray would definitely work too. But I think that's why I like these games. Again, it's about the level of detail. Like, they've done their homework. They know kind of what would work best to burning some bodies, you know? Weird thing to have in your knowledge base, I guess. Man, I feel like all I've done so far is just gather logs, but it's just that early on in the game where you have the opportunity to build a base without actually having to stress about it. All right, so is that full? 24? Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get back to building. See how many stones Kelvin has picked up too. This wraparound porch is looking kind of nice. Just got to do the back end here. You got a little bit more space. Go ahead and keep going, Kelvin. Boom, boom. Type out with King of... Yeah, that, I mean, okay, so I'm not going to activate anything, all right? But here, watch. Oh, did I forget? I forgot to hit F1. Hang on. Let's do it again. There it goes. Just activated. That is at my disposal right now, and it drives me crazy that this is at my disposal. You can't see it because of my overlay right now. Let me hide my overlay for a sec. But if I do like log hack, infinite logs, if you're holding an item, infinite items can get placed if you turn that one on. What is it? Instant book build. If I turn that one on, anything that's in that build book that my character holds up just instantly builds without needing any resources. They have everything in here. There's God mode in here. You can turn God mode on the enemies so the enemies never die and stuff like that. Yeah, all that wonderful console command stuff. You know what? That would be a lot of fun for RimWorld. And I really want to get some RimWorld content out on the channel. It's one of the ones that we are the most recommended to make is RimWorld content. And I think that you have some amazing scenarios planned for RimWorld. It's on sale right now on Steam. I was thinking about picking up a copy, but there's so many other games that I want to get. Like, I still haven't even checked the Discord for the Once Human code, so I can play Once Human with you. Look for pants myself. All right. Last step of our patio here. Gotta cut. Oh, I did this all backwards. Shoot. Didn't mean to do that. I did it all backwards. All right. Gotta lift that up first. Then we put this one down. All right. So now it's starting to work. And now I got a half log too. It's pretty nifty. All right, almost done with the porch. Oh, heard screaming. Was that Kelvin? I'm coming, buddy. I'm coming, Kevin. What happened? Who hit you? Where are they at? What happened? Why are you all bloody? Talk to me, buddy. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. Can you actually, I don't know if you have already, but if you could resend me that link, I would be much obliged. I'll check that out very shortly. All right, what is going on, Kelvin? Why are you acting all crazy? All right, we're just gonna let him. We're gonna let him go, and hopefully he's all right. He'll come back. He can die, and so I'm trying to keep him alive as long as I can. It's a good guy. Definitely deserves not to die. All right. Okay, so this is just an extra plank. You know what? Let's save that because looks like I need to put stairs on the back. Do I want to actually... one entrance? No, we should have... yeah, let's only have one entrance on this one. I think one is appropriate. We're just going to have this one entrance here. All right, start working on the actual flooring. Kelvin looks like he's coming back now. And he's coming back with rocks, so it looks like he's okay. How are we doing here? Ooh, let's go ahead and pick some of these up. Keep going with our inside floor. Yeah, I'm really excited to dive into Once Human with you. It looks like a fun game. Like, it looks like something I would play kind of just personally without having Base Legend. And so it's definitely something that I want to check out more. Doing the watching... did I do the first look on... no, I did the first look on Kingdom of Fallen. That's the other one that I really want to dive into because you're the one playing all the footage and I'm just the one doing the commentary on it. I really, really like the look and feel of that one. So I'll be one of their people that buys a copy the day that game comes out. Unless they want to give me a code, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I know their developers are our subscribers. All right, just finish out this floor. So the base is coming together. Come on. There we go. Base is coming together. Check what time it is. Why are you running through my base, bro? All right, so it's about 3:45. So we're running out of daylight pretty quickly, and we're starting to get a bunch of other dudes running around here. Oh, heard something. Where's Kelvin? Where you at, buddy? All right, he must be out getting more logs. 250 subs to get creator access. No worries. Yeah, I think I said at the beginning of this stream, the current goal is 200 subs by the end of the month. And with how we're pacing, it looks like we're going to shatter that goal, like, easily. And so I'm pretty happy about it. These live streams are definitely helping create better short content. And we're getting good subscribers from our shorts. Oh, I should turn my overlay back on. I mean, you're the only one watching right now, but either way. I do want to get some new live stream thumbnails and some other stuff going on too. Especially for different games that we're playing. You should definitely dive in and do some live streaming of Kingdom of Fallen or Once Human while those games are still unreleased. Definitely a lot of people in the audience wanting to watch that stuff. Coming together. Not bad. Alright, gonna cut down some more logs here, I guess. You know what, actually, it's lunchtime. I had a fire set up somewhere. Where's that fire? There it is. Alright. I should fix that too soon. Whoa, where'd you come from? Dude just appeared out of nowhere. Alright. What's in my cooking pot right now? Oh! I didn't realize I had a whole meal in here. Wow. Okay. Drink up, bro. That made things easy. And we got that nice little strength buff with this one. Cool. Okay. Well, didn't need to make that fire, but no harm in it. All right, back to cutting down some logs here. A little short half log or half tree. Dead tree is probably a better way of looking at it. Nice. Do love how long the trees are in this game compared to some of the other games that have the same style of mechanic. Like the Sengoku Dynasty trees. They look massive, but then you cut them down, you get like 4 or 5 logs on each of them, and it's just kind of random. Green Hell is probably the worst one at it, because like you'll cut down these massive palm trees, and it gives you like 3 logs, or 4 logs or something like that. And so like, I mean, I get it. Like that's probably more realistic than Sons of the Forest, where like you cut down a tree and it gives you like 8 to 10 logs or however many it might be. But yeah, just kind of a unique mechanic that I've always felt. This game does it over the top, whereas like Green Hell does it a little underwhelmingly. I think there's one more log over that way that I want to go back and get. I could probably, as we get further and further away from the campsite, to gather these logs, I could probably start doing some zip lining to set up the storage. That's always fun. But, oh wait, I can't. I just realized I can't because I don't have the rope gun yet. Wow. Man, when you don't play on creative mode and you have like a full inventory of everything, it really actually limits your base building abilities. I didn't think about that, but what'd you just point at, bud? Yeah, I see him. Hey, buddy. All right. Not going to bother making any more bones because we do have full bone armor right now. But yeah, it definitely limits what you're able to do from a build standpoint. And I never realized that. So anyway. All right, so we're just going to kind of put around as much of this as we can. We're skipping the last piece because it takes 5 pieces to fill these out, and I just kind of don't want to waste that kind of time. Good job, Kelvin. You were doing such a good job, my friend. Drops is 2 to 3 logs. That's not that bad. You know, that you can actually build relatively quickly with that. Especially with how many logs it takes to build like a wall, whereas like games like this where each log is noticed, it's definitely a little bit more robust. But that's actually, I cannot wait to dive into Kingdom of Fallen and see a lot of that base building for myself. I still feel like that's going to be one of the biggest parts of that game, and the community is just seeing the word Souls-like. Like, that's all they're seeing is, oh, this is just another Souls-like game. Oh, hey, Virginia. Cool. Hopefully that tree doesn't roll onto you. Don't worry. You're okay, girl. You are okay. I'm not trying to hurt you. Oh, hopefully that log stops rolling. All right, she cleared the log. Was worried I was about ready to trip her up. Hey, you. All right, don't freak out. You're going to get real close to me now. Oh, yeah, and you freaked out. Bye. Bye, Virginia. So the first time I ever played this game in early access, I read nothing about it. Like, absolutely nothing about this game at all. Had no idea who Virginia was or anything like that. And I was just trying to get used to the building mechanics and just see the game story for myself. You know, I wasn't really trying to do too much. And so when you play on peaceful, the peaceful difficulty, there are no enemies. Like, the only thing that's there are like the sharks and the moose and stuff like that. But so Virginia is in peaceful because she's not an enemy. She's a companion, a possible companion for you. And so when I first saw her, she freaked me out, and I had no idea like what was going on. And I just gotten the shotgun. And so I admittedly unloaded like an entire, like, full shotgun's worth onto her. Didn't kill her. Got the revive icon on her. And the revive icon basically said that I had killed her. But I picked her back up and everything was fine. And she ran away from me, and I never saw her again for the rest of the playthrough. And so don't try to kill Virginia. That's a big thing. It's a big no-no. All right, so we just drank the last of our food. And I went to sleep because it was getting really late. Okay. All right. Back at it again. So it would be really cool. Did I already get? Yeah, I already smashed that laptop. It would be really cool to just have a couple more things to make this build a little better. I just realized that I have no car batteries or golf cart batteries right now. And so I can't even do like proper power and lighting for this base right now. So this is going to be one of the most primitive ones I've ever set up in here. Grab these logs. You're coming along great. Nice. All right, porch is looking great. We're gonna definitely get the porch done soon. All right, and quick little stop to take care of these, so that way his storage doesn't fill up while we're setting up everything else. I should probably go raid that cannibal camp that's just over there where that smoke's coming from. Oh, shoot. Did not mean to do that. Come on, go in there. There we go. All right, so just 4 more panels inside the house and 1 more full one on the outside of the house. All right, and in the meantime, got a few more logs to cut down. And then after we get done doing the stone floor, I'm going to have him fill that storage. And then we'll go ahead and switch him over to doing logs, because we still got to like put a roof on the structure and all this other stuff. Man, there's Virginia again. She's just real curious about what we got going on here. All right, so we're going to stash our weapon. Again, just approach her. Let her look at me. See how close she's getting now? When she first starts, she does not get close. Almost finished the floor for the first day. Yeah. Getting it done. I mean, it's definitely going to take a lot more. And I mean, we just have all those sticks sticking up right now. But we'll make it happen. It's building in this game probably takes longer than any other building, crafting, survival game I've ever played. You're okay. You don't need to worry about anything, girl. Everything's fine. She is a deadeye when it comes to shooting things, though. So as soon as she like gets in your party, if you give her, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you foraging for bugs or something? If you give her like the shotgun or the pistol, or both, she can actually, because she's got 3 arms, she can carry the pistol in one hand and a shotgun in 2 hands. She is a deadeye when it comes to accuracy. And so she is a fun companion to have around. Just getting this log. You're good. All right, let her run away for a little bit. Oh, man, I would love to actually... Oh, man. Again, I'm so used to building in creative mode that I'm sitting here, like, actually, like, man, I really want to just... I want to just use console command. And it's like, no, just do it naturally. Play the game the way the game was supposed to be played, right? Coming together. See, that's the thing. Like, it may take... Oops, didn't mean to put you there. It may take a little bit longer to build this way, but it's so much more rewarding when you finally get it done and you, like, look back at the full base that you've built. And I think that's probably my favorite part about this whole process is when you do them from scratch like this. I mean, they are from scratch, you know? Stop putting it on the edge. There we go. Really? I left that open like that? Okay. Well, if that's the case, no, you come here. And we'll spare that piece. Because these two will finish the rest of the patio floor. Alright, and now we just need to finish up the stone. And the flooring is done. Man, it would be really cool to get the whole floor done, but I am more worried about getting a roof over my head and getting some walls around a bed to just kind of have a sheltered bed here. Man, accuracy with flooring is off today. All right, just need one more of those stones. Just one more of those. There we go. That'll finish this off for now. Cool. Coming together. All right, so we should go chop down some more wood. We're going to need to stop for food in just a couple minutes. And I think I'm actually going to cook something this time as opposed to just eating more ramen or sloppy joes. And so that means that we either got to go hunting or we're going over to that tribal camp to go get an arm so we can make some chicken noodle soup. Do love how human flesh is one of the ingredients of chicken noodle soup in this game. I mean, I'll try it if it's on the menu, right? That's your philosophy. Oh, so I didn't tell you with the short that I cut last night. I ended up having to delete it because I don't know what I was thinking, but I was talking about Jack Holt in this game, and Jack Holt is not the protagonist from The Forest. That's who I am right now. That's the protagonist from Sons of the Forest, and it's like it's something LeBlanc. It's like Eric LeBlanc or something like that is the protagonist from The Forest, and then his son's name is Timmy LeBlanc. And so I don't know what I was thinking when I said that last night, but I ended up deleting that short because it was just all wrong. Human tastes like chicken. How would you know what human meat tastes like? Like, that's slightly concerning, Jay. I'm not going to lie. Is this building your strength by cutting down trees? Yes, it is. And they patched that in the 1.0 release of the game. So you see how I have that like arm flexing in the bottom right on my bars? That goes up every time you do something. The way they phrase it is every time you do something that requires strength. And so like cutting down trees, hauling stuff, all of that. If it requires, dude, you gotta watch where you're going, Kelvin. I almost threw a log at your head. If it requires strength, then yeah, it should boost up that stat all the way up to 100 now. It used to not go all the way up to 100. I think it only went to like 20 or 30. All right, so am I starting on the wall finally? I think these logs are going to be the first parts of the... Whoa, hey, bud. You are not who I thought you were. Eat a log. Haha. Yeah, well, don't just stand there. What'd you expect? All right. Well, now that we have used a log as a weapon in this game, that's actually one of the best weapons, in my opinion, is just throw whatever is in your hands at whoever it is. The fact that you can throw most objects just because they're an object in your hand and you can throw them, it does make the game more interesting. That is for sure. Not going to bother cutting his body up or doing anything boned. Oh, wait. What am I talking about? We were just talking about how we needed a human arm, right? Well, here's a human. Let's go ahead and take his arm. Wait, did I cut off your arm and then it just disappeared? Dude, not cool. All right. Come on. We'll call this the sacrificial stone. Get your arm. And then, you know, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever cooked chicken noodle soup in this game yet. And so this is going to be a very unique experience. I don't even know what the buff is for chicken noodle soup. I just know that it's chicken noodle soup. Okay, so here we are at the water. Hey, guys. I'm just here to get some water. You don't need to run away. We can be friends. We can be friends. You want to be my friend? You want to build a snowman? All right, fill that up. Put that in here, and let's go back to the base. The amount of moose in this area is definitely concerning to me. I don't like building bases around where moose are. They are not fun animals in this game. Like, they're vicious too. Like, I've never lived in an area that had moose in it, like actual moose. And so my understanding is that this is how they actually are. They're pretty aggressive animals. I just had no idea about it. Okay, so we are going to create an actual campfire instead of what we have been doing. So let's go ahead and make some firewood. This way we can just keep a pot burning longer. All right, so that is, you know what, let's just start completely from, oh, did you turn into bone? No, you were holding a bone. Okay. I got excited for a second. I thought I was going to get some free bones. All right, so some sticks and break and break. There we go, and not yet. Because what we want to do is pick up this firewood. And then we put the firewood on top. Look at how beautiful that is. That's so nice. All right, now we can light it. If you leave the hostile camp alone, does that give you a source of bodies? Yes, it does. And actually, even if I go and I raid it, it should still give me a source of bodies because they come back and reclaim camps and things like that. And so it is always like kind of a good thing. All right, so we're going to toss in this raw arm. And we're going to toss in some ramen noodles. And we're going to make ourselves some chicken noodle soup. Do love that it's human meat. Like, you would think that, like, I don't know what you would think, to be honest with you. How we doing? All right, let's go ahead and empty this out so you don't run out of storage. Let our noodles cook up for a while. Why do you keep running up to my base? What good do you think is going to come from you coming onto my base? Where are you? I don't even know where you are. I just know that you're in these leaves. Did I kill you? I heard a slice. Got a shot off on him. No, I don't think I killed him. There he is. Hi, friend. Bye, friend. Oh, what? You trying to go after my soup? You ain't getting my soup. Ha, you tripped. Alright. Eventually, I think they do leave you alone. Like, if you've killed enough of them, they will leave you alone. I don't think I've ever killed enough of them. And so I've never witnessed that. I've had to deal with enemies the whole game. Hey, alright. Let's go ahead and take our chicken noodle soup here. And drink some of this chicken noodle soup. Look at that with the finger sticking out of it. That's so cool. That makes me happy. Alright, so it looks like that increases our warmth and our relaxation. I'm pretty sure that relaxation helps increase your regeneration. Didn't increase any of our energy, obviously. I mean, it's chicken noodle soup, you know. And so let's go ahead and eat an energy bar just to spike that up. And we're back at full again. All right, cool. And that fire is going to burn for just a little while longer. Let's go ahead and keep framing this out for a little bit. Be cool if... I doubt it's going to happen, but I think today's the third day. It would be awesome if by tonight we were able to sleep inside of our own base instead of that tent. So that's kind of the goal that we're shooting for right now. Alright, back to framing while Kelvin picks up some more stones. Oh, and then I'm still trying to get to the rebreather cave today at some point. Just want to get this basic base set up so we have a place to sleep inside. And then we'll get over to the rebreather cave on the beach. Probably one of the cooler caves in this whole thing. I think in addition... Whoa, where'd you come from? You scared Kelvin. Don't scare Kelvin. Hey, that was my bone armor. I'm gonna have to use you to make more bone armor now. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Mm-hmm. Alright, you. Make me more bones. You good, Kelvin? Alright, you good, Kelvin. Today's the second day I've only slept in that tent once. You're right, I didn't sleep on the beach when we did this yesterday. And so, is today the second or third day? It's day 4, technically. It's technically day 4. I heard more yelling. Where's that yelling coming from? Nothing better than building a base while you're getting attacked by cannibals constantly. Alright, got more bones going on here. Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't think I have any rope. Yeah, I have no rope right now. Got 2 pieces of tape, but I can't even make bone armor right now. That's a shame. Alright, you know what? We're going over to this cannibal camp. Let's go take out some cannibals for a little bit. Bring our golf cart. So it should be just right over here. Pretty sure that's where the smoke cloud's coming from. Let Kelvin keep stacking up some of those logs for a while. Oh, there's a hang glider over here too. This just got fun. See the campfire. Oh, is it down below? All right, there it is. Let's go do this camp real quick. See if they got any rope. Oh, they got a big guy here. Hi, friend. What happens when I do that? Nothing? Really? Wow, that was sad. That was just a bad hit. How did you stand up after getting shot right in the head? That was a frontal lobe shot, too. You should not be... Whoa, okay. Don't like you. Stay down after that one. Just stay down after that one. We good? Alright, I think we're good. Come on. Yep, that was stupid of you. Do you see how that was stupid and your fault? Alright, see, got some rope. Already immediately worth coming over here just to get that rope. And to get some crunchy wunchies. Best cereal on the planet. Blows sugar bombs out of the water. Also, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you break open those big vats, they got bones and skulls inside of them too. So if you don't want to burn any bodies, that's a way to get some extra bone and skulls. Just break open those little vats. It doesn't always work, but for the most part, you can usually find them in there. All right, got some energy bars. What else we got? Medicine, tape. Really? I'm already stocked up on energy bars? That's surprising. All right, well, let's go ahead and take these pills just to be on the safe side and keep our health full. And we'll eat this energy bar just to keep our energy up. That's it? That's all that's here? You are the most sane-looking mutant that has been here this whole time. Thank you for your skin pouch. Man, that's it? That's all that's over here? This is like one of the worst camps I've ever seen. You know what? And just for that, I'm breaking all your tents. For being a terrible camp, breaking all your tents. You guys don't even deserve to be a camp. Alright. Let's get back over to the base. You know what? Forget the golf cart, though. Do I have a glider on me? Yeah, I already have a glider. Okay, never mind then. Go ahead and drive this thing. Alright, get back to our clearing. And get this base set up. Yeah, this thing, I did not realize that I was setting this thing up so close to a cannibal camp. Make sure you look in the sky for those just plumes of smoke before you pick your base location. Alright, back here, and let's go ahead and grab some more firewood. Plop that down. Cool. Alright, so Kelvin's working on that. He's still getting some logs. We got 2 more of these to build, and then the floor's done. So what's that? 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. So we're getting there. Just got to do about 30 some odd more of these, and we're done. Can you take off his mask? I don't think I can take it off of him, but I can. You find a gold mask in one of the bunkers. Not trying to give any spoilers. You do find a gold mask in one of them. It's the cultists are the ones who bring the gold masks, and then you can 3D print a red mask, and so there's a couple different mask options. I don't think that they have an effect, or at least I don't know if they have an effect. They might, but I haven't found one yet. There's some, like, I kind of want to go on an Easter egg dive onto this game, because I feel like there's a lot of Easter eggs and developer secrets and things like that they've included that a lot of people, like, I don't know. I've seen some things that are like out of place. And you know how Easter eggs are typically like out of place or developer secrets are out of place. I see that stuff and I'm like, there's something here, but I can't figure it out. And I think that that's kind of in every single one of the Sons of the Forest and the Forest games. I think that there's a lot of secrets that people aren't figuring out yet. So anyway, let me cut out this door real quick. And what's cool, I like this, is because when you cut out your door, if you have a porch like this, these are going to become the posts for the wall on the porch. And so it's going to work really nicely together. And we don't have to waste anything. Nice. See, already, just in a few logs, it's already starting to come together, right? Always handy there. Add another piece here. Just trying to get rid of some of these excess miscellaneous logs that we have just sitting around doing absolutely nothing. And then these are the railings that we're going to put on the edge. I don't want to put up half walls or anything like that. I just want to put railings on the outside of this one. It just makes more sense to me with the style of build that we're trying to do here. I'm not trying to like reinvent the wheel or anything. I'm literally just trying to make a place for my like character to sleep in before we go into some caves. But yeah, I want to figure out if the masks do anything. You get some gold armor towards the end of the game. And then once you have the gold armor, you like upgrade that armor with Solifite. So that way it's just so much more. That's kind of where my head's at, is there's something with the two masks. There's two masks, again, a gold mask and a red mask. As far as I know, no one's figured out if they do anything specifically, but they definitely exist. So we'll see. I might pop into another save file or something like that just to show you what I'm talking about. It's weird. Like the masks, wow. It's kind of going to jump out of nowhere on me. Shame. Yeah, that was a good hit. Do I hear a helicopter? Okay. Interesting. I know that this was one of those red plume locations, but I didn't see the helicopter initially. There might be something on top of that ledge that I've never found before. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in this game that I haven't found before. Alright, let's see here. Hey, got an achievement there. Got the city planner achievement for placing 1,000 logs. I know I've done builds that were much bigger than 1,000 logs, but they were all creative mode builds. Man, so this is over 1,000 logs that I have placed just in this structure right here, or is that in total? This is there's no way that I have placed 1,000 logs in this structure. That just doesn't make any sense. All right, you know what? I am thinking about bailing on the base for a while and going and doing a cave. I just see probably another hour or two worth of building here at the current speed. So I'm thinking about bailing and letting Kelvin do some resource gathering for a bit. Nah, let's see this one through. Let's see this build through. Let's do it all the way. Why did I do that? Waste of energy. These are the funniest trees to me, because they're full trees with logs and stuff, but they're so thin, and then when they fall, they like become twice or double or 3 times in size. Once we can get Kelvin switched over to actually building or collecting logs, this should speed up a lot. And so he's almost there, actually. I think he just needs to drop off 2 more of these and we're done. Do Do you need him to build multiple storages to keep him piling up the wood? I mean, you can, but ultimately you never really have to. You need logs so fast in this game when you're building something that I've never even had Kelvin like fill a storage thing because he fills it 2 at a time. Are you done? You know what? All right, let's switch you over. Get logs and fill the holder. There we go. Good job, bro. You're doing a great job, Kelvin. And the flooring is done with that. Got the flooring done. Cool. So this is coming together nicely. I think I have another serving of chicken noodle soup left. Let's drink that to celebrate. Those fingers in there. I love the fingers in the chicken noodle soup. It is such a nice touch to it. All right, and see there's Kelvin with his 2 logs, just going 2 by 2. So one thing that I do when I always have Kelvin like do logs is I will cut down a bunch of trees for him to make this a little easier. How many logs per holder? So he, let's see, there's 2 holders. There's the big holder, which is what I have over here. That holds 24 logs, and then there's the regular log holder. That one holds, I think, 12. Yeah, I want to say it's only 12. And so he can fill one relatively fast. But again, I normally, like, he won't be able to fill them because I'm going to just work on this stuff right now. And then as soon as it gets to about halfway, I'm going to start just grabbing them out of the holder. And we kind of get into this rhythm where he's never, like, too far ahead of me. Like, if he's right around a source of logs, trees, he can cut them down too. And so it makes it relatively easy for us to kind of just build quickly together. So yeah, we'll see. Dude is a pack rat though. That is for sure. There we go. Come on, there's no other logs out here. Should be at least one more for me to grab. All right, well, let's cut some windows while we wait for him to fill up. These are going to be part of the patio again. So we're just going to reuse these. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Damaging my own base. I remember one time when I was first starting out in this game, I didn't realize that you could actually destroy your own base very easily in this. Hey, Virginia, you got bloody feet, girl. What happened? What'd you kick? She's a scrapper. She fights really well. She's getting ultra comfortable around the camp though, so I'm thinking maybe by tomorrow she'll have dropped off her first gift for us. All right, want a window here. Hope she brings me something good, like some aloe or something like that for a first gift. Could use some more healing supplies. Just a quick scan around. I thought I heard something. You know, I have done like the whole exploration thing and told him to get resources while I was gone. And then I always get sidetracked and I never come back to the base for like a couple hours. And so as much as I would love to just have him set up some storage, I don't know. I think it might be a little more beneficial to just build out this base real fast and get it done. And then once we get it done, then go and build or then go explore. Again, we're pretty close to some of the first caves in the whole game. And so I think that will be pretty, like, there's not much distance that we have to travel before we're actually in one of the first caves. All right, so is this it for windows? Yep. This is the last window we're going to put in this base. The simplest setup ever. The absolute simplest. This is even more advanced than the first base I ever set up. Alright, how's that looking? That's going to burn down soon. And I don't really care. We're going to let that burn down. Hey, you stay away from Kelvin. You don't you dare. No. Kelvin's my boy. You stay away from him. Yeah, make some more chicken noodle soup later. Guy just made a beeline over to Kelvin. You don't do that. Alright. So while we're waiting for Kelvin to get more logs, what we are going to do is finish the actual framing, because we got these windows down now. Might as well knock out the rest of this so we can start putting a roof on. What time is it? I feel like it's getting really late. About 5:30. I'm guessing it's spring because the sun still is going down between 6:30 and 7. And during summer, it definitely stays out a little bit longer. So I'm thinking that that we started in spring. Jay, have you ever played Stranded Deep? Because that's a game that I have in my library that I have opened and barely touched. Starting to get sunset here. Oh, I did not mean to waste those logs. That sucks. Actually, you know what? Not a waste. Because these are the railings on the porch. So not a waste at all. You've watched but never played. Okay. Yeah, that's one in my library that that I've been debating doing some content on for a long time. I picked it up on a Steam sale a while ago. But never got around to it. Mechanics are a little clunky to me. But I'll probably get into it soon. Was just curious because one of these days you and I do need to do a game together. Enjoy your dinner, good sir. Hopefully see you in a little bit, if I'm still on. Alright, just setting up. Alright, it's getting... Oh, it got dark quick. Alright, let's get over to the tents. Let's try to go to sleep. If we had a cloth, I'd set up a torch somewhere. Can we sleep? Alright, we can still sleep through the night. Ooh, yeah, they're getting close to me, though. When they start setting up those totems around you, it's kind of like your final warning of, hey, they're about ready to come after you. So, alright, this might be the last day that we have to actually build and set up this base here. Let's make this day count, Kelvin. Alright, what do we got? Is that arm still fresh? That arm is still fresh. That pot is empty. Alright, I think this is a stream over here, or a little lake, so we're going to head over here. And just fill up our pot, make some chicken noodle soup to start our day with. Go from there. Alright, yep, fill up our pot with this. Still love, like, I will never get used to the fact that you use human flesh to make chicken noodle soup. Like, I mean, you could have just put chickens in this game. Let's be real here. Alright. Doubt my fire is still burning. No, definitely not burning. But we can grab this log right here and cut it up and add it back on top and use the old kindling. There we go. Just restart our fire with the kindling here. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And put on the pot and put on the arm and add some ramen and make some noodles. All right, and while that's cooking up, we'll go ahead and keep on adding this framing in. So I remember when I first started building in this game, I didn't realize that you could remove support logs and like support beams. And so my first base was so crowded because I kept every single beam there until I finally figured out that I could get rid of it. Oh, how far we've come. Watch out, Kelvin. Timber. Oh, oh, oh. Right in front of your face. Unfazed. You are the man. Is that it for the frames? Yep. Okay, so now I should be able to remove these. Perfect. All right, so before we add in too much of the framing, we're actually going to go up here and create a little roof. That doesn't take too many logs, but still. Is our chicken noodle soup done yet? Yep, almost done. Chicken noodle soup for breakfast. I love it. All right, there we go. Just need this last log. Cool. All right, that's a nice setup right there. Then we can remove these two supports. And now we have a completely open interior base. We'll go up here and start adding some roof structure down. I do love how quickly, like once you get the basics of a build done, the actual build like scales up really fast. So this shouldn't take time, like that much time at all. But now we also have this really cool lookout location that we're working on. All right, let's help Kelvin get some logs. But in the meantime, time to eat some soup. Delicious. Delicious chicken noodle soup. All right, one more bite and then back to building. Not bad. Well, thought I heard something, and I did hear something. It was just Kelvin. All right, more logs. Come on. That was weird. So once we get the roof done, just got to finish up these walls. I am going to put wiring for power on here, but I don't think we have any light bulbs yet or any golf cart batteries. And so there's no real point for me to lay down the solar panels just yet. Because, like, yeah, you can activate the lights during the day. What good is activating the lights during the day? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make too much sense. And so anyway, we'll see what happens. But either way, let's just get this roof built up real fast. Get this thing skinned. And then just go from there. All right, and so we are going to set up a watchtower. So that means that we are going to run a rope from the top of it. So that way we can get up to here very quickly. Oh, that was silly. Let's see if I can sneak away without having to go. Hey, look at that. That worked out perfectly. Okay, so now we just need 3 diagonal pieces for the corners. We should be good to go. Dead tree. Perfect. Just needed these two. Very lacking base so far, that's for sure. But again, we're not trying to make anything really grandiose. We're trying to just build a nice little survival hut for ourselves. Alright, so I think just one more log, and we got the framing on our roof done. We can start putting the walls on it. Or not walls, but the paneling. You gonna let me put it here? Yeah, there you go. Alright, we get it all? I think we got it. Nice. Start putting the roof on right now. Alright. So we're getting there. Probably another 10, 20 more minutes of building, and we'll have our first base here. I should set up a water catcher, a rain catcher, and a few other just basic things. But not necessary right now. Ooh, was that too close to the base? Oh, did that? Oh, that barely missed the base. That, we got lucky on that one. We got very, very lucky on that one. Alright, so with these, the way that the roofing works when you're not doing it the like natural way, or when you're not doing it the creative mode way, is every single roof panel has a different size when you get to the corners. And so instead of us trying to do the corners like in sequence, I want to actually go through and cut these on the ends, or the sides rather. We'll do the corners afterwards. Just makes things a little bit easier and streamlined, so we don't have to worry about different sizes of these ramp panels. Come on, there we go. And there we go, look at that. Alright, so we got two sides of our roof done. Let you toss that in there. Alright, now this side. Oh, that was the floor. Which is fine. Just need to pull it off the floor real fast. And then reapply it right here. Nice. Alright, need more trees. Might as well get some extra sticks while we're at it. Looks like we're actually full up on sticks though. Kind of surprising. I get it. Oh, just missing one panel there. Just missing that one panel. Let's get that done. So I know I kind of broke my own rule there because I did the corner. And you can see how it just kind of sliced them up and made some weird sizes with it. That's what we're going to address right now. Put that one up there in the middle first. All right, so each one of these, as you can see, is a different size. So I think this is, what is this, full length? No, it's 3/4. So this one goes about here. And then this half one, it's going to go right above it. That'll work. And so, yeah, we're going to try to do this without wasting as much as possible. So that way we just don't have to recut a bunch of logs. All right, get the last face done. Keep those logs coming, Kelvin. We're almost done, bud. There we go. Look at that. All right, so we got all 4 sides done. Now we just got to do all the corners, which admittedly takes the longest when you're doing the roofing the traditional way. Just curious. Yeah, we can. We don't have to jump all the way up there. Nice. All right, so see, we got quarters, we got a half, and we got a 3/4. So we'll use these quarters all the way up the top on this one. Just like that. Then we'll grab another one of these halves. Build it out like that. I guess, is that a half or a quarter? I don't actually know. I don't actually know. I'm just putting them down. All right, and then this one, right about there. You all right, Kelvin? You cutting down more trees? Yeah, I see you over there cutting down trees. All right, were there 2 more that rolled away? I don't see them. Oh, well. So it looks like we're losing our chicken noodle soup buff. Might take a lunch break soon. What time is it? 11 a.m. Gonna get this thing built today, though. That's for sure. Oh, okay. All right. So that's why we couldn't put this on the bottom here, because that does require a full one. And then that finished up that up at the top. So now we got this corner pretty much done, and we can add this guy right about there. All right, quick lunch break. Nice. That's delicious. Take our pot back for a while. All right. Continuing along here. Not bad. All right, so what is this? That's half, 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 and a quarter. So half, half, quarter. Not bad. Come on, Calvin. Let's fill that thing up. Let's get it done. Looks like I still got to get one more on this thing. Oh, and I got the top to do too. Oh, there it is. Nice. All right, looking good. Just working on this corner now. We should be able to clear it out. You know what? Let's go ahead and cut this one up. We'll save ourselves some hassle. Grab 3 of these pieces at once. Got 1, got 2. Come on, right up at the top there. 3. There we go. So with how this is looking, we're definitely getting it done today. Couple other quarter pieces here. And anything that we don't use resource-wise we'll be able to turn into firewood. So it is all good. All right, let's just do a quick scout around. Make sure we don't got any enemies coming up on us. It's a little weird that it's been this quiet, but it's all right. The fact that Calvin just came back this way without any logs in his hand also tells me that there might be some enemies out this way. Just gonna keep clearing some of this brush so we can keep seeing them. Watch out, Calvin. This is coming together. Again, I love building in this game when you're doing it by hand. Like, don't get me wrong, like you can create some gorgeous stuff in creative mode, But there's something so satisfying about actually building a base in this game. And so highly recommend, if you haven't played Sons of the Forest already and you like building in games, highly recommend you check this one out. Okay, so we got a half, a full, and a quarter. Let's take this full up here first and see what we can do with it. Put it right down here. Yep. All right, grab this quarter. Perfect. Oh, did I miss one right there? Yeah, I did miss one right there. Let's take care of that real quick. It's a full length one. Just saw the arrow. There it is. Alright, and I should be able to just put this guy down here too. Not what I meant to do, but that gave me an idea. Sure, why not? Why not? Really? I feel like I should be able to jump onto my roof from this pole. Yeah, I just had to sprint first. Alright, more logs. Coming together. Alright, I think we have all of the quarter logs we need now. Let's see. Almost done here. Oh, I'm one medium log off. One medium and one quarter off. Alright. Come here. First things first, we'll split it in half. Get our 1/4. And then we need our 1 medium. Good measure. We're going to grab the other quarter just to be on the safe side. Oh, see, yep, I think we need more too. Yeah, see, I need one more piece on at least that one. I thought that these actually went up to another level. Oh well, we'll find out. Alright, so that piece goes there. So this should be most everything. I think I'm just missing a quarter there, but let's grab one log. And if we waste it, we waste it. We'll chop it down and repurpose it. But yeah, this definitely is supposed to go here. There was actually a second piece that I needed to cut there too. Alright, so it doesn't go all the way up. That's good to know. That one, really? That's it? Okay. I thought it was going to be more than that. Alright, so let's keep our fire going since we have this spare log. Just keep that fire burning. Is this full or half? That's 3/4. What a waste. And that's a full one. Alright, so with that being full, let's go ahead. You know what? Actually, instead of wasting this, let's go up here and lay it down. So doing the top here is going to be a little different and a little weird. We're going to fill it out like this. Then chop it right there. Grab that piece and throw. chop it right here. Grab that piece and throw. And then we're going to build a little crow's nest situation by putting a rope here. And then we can take this, slide down. We're in our base, and let's just make sure that we can get out of it okay. Yeah. And now we can be on our roof. Cool. All right, so we got a nice little watchtower setup going on. Could remove some of those, but I kind of don't want to. Kind of want to keep... There's nice lighting options in this, and I don't want to get rid of that in lieu of lighting. All right, we can get rid of our scaffolding log here. Toss that there for now. So we got these half logs, or half planks, I guess is the best way to put it. And then this 3/4 one. That's all going to turn into firewood. Yeah, we'll turn all of that into firewood. In the meantime, though, what we'll do is we'll put this here. And then chop it in half. And then now we get to put this here. So I probably should, now that I think about it, finish building out these walls before I worry too much about building out the rest of the patio. So let's focus on the walls next. So it's 6 logs per side, but I already have everything framed out, so we only need 5 logs on each. This shouldn't take too long as Kelvin is on point when it comes to bringing us logs right now. Gonna need to go get some water soon so I can make some more soup or another meal. Let's try to cook up something else this time. Alright, so while this is good, we're also in the process of, we need stuff in here too. So while he's setting some of that up, we can go ahead and lay down some furniture for ourselves. Do we want to waste the time and do the double bed? Nah, let's just do a stick bed. Let's just do a stick bed, keep things easy on ourselves. I mean, we don't need luxury here. We're actually trying to get off the island, right? That's what we're doing on this playthrough. Let's go ahead and lay down all of these sticks and a piece of tape. And we now have a sheltered bed inside. Ah, that's so cool. That's going to make things so much easier now that we can actually get some good rest. Stack that there. All right, Kelvin. Are you ready to go? Where's my logs? Yeah, okay, there we go. Still working? All right. You keep doing you, bro. I'll cut down some logs a little bit closer for him. Timber. Watch out, bud. So yeah, basic 3x3 base. Didn't want to do too much on this one because, again, we're beating the game. And we just need to have a place to hang our head at the end of the day. Place to save, all of that. Ironically, though, you don't need to make a base in this game at all. It's not a long enough experience to be able to justify it. Like, you don't need one. They're cool to build for the game, but truthfully, you don't need one. Like, you can go through the entire game sleeping in tents and sleeping in the maintenance bunker beds and the VIP bunker beds and all of that. And so it's kind of one of those features where I personally love it in this game. But a lot of people who really enjoy Sons of the Forest, they just love going through the caves. They love fighting all the enemies and all of that stuff. It's 2 different ways of playing this game, and I think both can be very fun in their own way. This is going to be more, it's going to be a little bit different from what we do on Base Legend, because I figure I'm just going to play through the game, show you guys how I do it. because it's a little bit different from like, I don't know. I have fun. I take my time. I feel like gaming is supposed to be enjoyable. And there's so many people out there that like want to just rush through an experience, and I don't know. Take your time, enjoy it, take in the sights, the sounds. Some developers put like literal blood, sweat, and tears into these games, and I don't know. I think that that's something that deserves credit. So, just my 2 cents on the matter. Not that anybody asked. All right, cut this guy. And now we just need to do the handrail around the balcony. And we have our base. Not bad. All right, so while Kelvin is setting that up, I'm going to get this thing wired up and ready for electricity. We only have 4 wires, so it's not like I can really do anything. And out of wires. That was so sad. That was so sad. Man, when you play in creative mode, you get all the stuff, right? And so you get 100 wires just there and ready to go for you. So yeah, some of this stuff is a little sad to go through and just be like, man, I'm used to being able to wire up an entire base in like 5 minutes. Now I'm actually going to have to go and find some more resources. All right. That actually should be the last tree that we need to cut down for this base. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm not a big fan that you have to actually cut your handrails. You can't you can't just put the logs there. You actually have to cut them and do it properly. I guess realism. I shouldn't complain about realism, right? Not too bad. So after this, the big thing that we need to worry about is making a fireplace inside the base. And after we have a fireplace set up, I can pretty much call this thing done. We'll set up a rain catcher somewhere, but the fireplace to be able to cook on. Or should we set up fireplace or drying rack? Fireplace, drying rack. Fireplace. Extra light source, be able to keep things warm. Definitely doing the fireplace on this one. All right, and there we go. Home stretch. How many more we need? 1, 2. We just need one more log. And the base is done from a building standpoint. Nice little base we've built here. Basic base, but still nice nonetheless. Let's go ahead and add in a rain catcher. So that way we don't have to worry about... Oh, did my camera just die? Seriously? That is so unfortunate that my camera just died. I need to get a second battery because that thing should have lasted a heck of a lot longer than it did. Let me just get rid of that overlay real fast. And then we'll just keep the regular game going. And I am going to buy myself a new camera battery so I can just alternate these two. Canon needs to develop a battery that allows you, or not a battery, but just a way that you can charge these things, or not charge them, but just keep them on regular power. There we go. Get that charging again. And in the meantime, back at this. Oops, didn't mean to chop that. I need more sticks. Oh yeah, I just built that bed. That's why that was like that. Just built that bed. Just get some sticks real quick. So I don't think I'm going to get into the rebreather cave just yet. Probably not today. Just want to get this base established and give my character a good fighting chance. All right, not bad. Hey, Virginia, with your bloody legs again. What have you been up to, girl? Come on. Just come on up to me. It's okay. You going to do a dance for me? All right, we'll watch your dance for a little while. So this is another way that you can tell that Virginia is getting friendlier with you is when she starts dancing. I don't know if it's actually part of her lore, but I'm pretty sure that she's like a ballerina before she becomes a mutant. I think that's a big part of it. And so, like, you find dancer figurines and stuff like that in her room when you finally get to her room in the VIP bunker. She also inherits like $200 billion or something like that, if I remember correctly. Her dad, Edward Puffton, is the guy who did this whole island. And I'm not 100% sure on the lore, but I'm pretty sure that Virginia, just like the little girl from the first game, Virginia is very much like, I think she has like a terminal disease. Because if I remember correctly, like that's the story on the first game is like little girl has terminal disease. Dad's trying to save her. And so that's the whole point of the island and the artifacts is like restoring life and all of that. And so I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that Virginia is kind of the same story as the girl from the first game that I don't remember the name of. I feel like it starts with an S, like Samantha, Sarah, something like that. If anybody knows in the comments, just let me know, or chat, whatever. Cannot remember, and that's going to bug me until I look it up after this stream. All right, got a couple more sticks. I'm putting down a second rain catcher because I had the extra turtle shell, and I figured why not, right? But really, you should just need to have one. You shouldn't need to have two. It's not necessary. It's just always handy having things in like just twice. Okay, so we got that going. Now we just need this fireplace set up. Once we get the fireplace set up, we are based out. So there we go with that. Now, a lot of people, they don't know this, but you can actually have Kelvin build stuff for you. You just have to set it up inside of the build book. Storage. I don't know why I'm looking in utility. You have to just kind of set it up inside of the build book and then tell him to, I think it's maintain base is the action item that has him building stuff. So go ahead and set up so firewood storage too. All right, so we have enough logs. It is starting to get nighttime here. Let's go ahead and keep our fire lit for right now. We don't need to, and there's really no point in keeping... Oh, that thing literally just went out. Not cool. There's no point in actually keeping the fire lit out here. Like, if I were being 100% honest with myself, there's not a point at all. Really? Why is this not letting me... All right, whatever. It's trying to get me to put sticks down first, and I don't care enough about that. And so what we're going to do instead is after Kelvin drops off these logs that he's picking up right now, we are going to switch him over to maintain the base, and he's going to help me build this fireplace. I don't think that we're going to actually be able to get it done tonight. Yeah, you, come here. All right. Maintain base. There we go. Okay. All right, so he's on board with maintaining the base now. Just going to get more sticks here. Man, it got nighttime quick. So this is going to be the first night that we're sleeping in the base, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Probably one of the fastest ones I've laid down. I'm a little concerned that I haven't encountered too many enemies today. Because as I've been building this thing up, I have been encountering enemies left and right. And so I am, admittedly, I'm a little concerned that that I haven't really encountered anybody today. All right, so we're going to grab this stick. I'm going to set something up here because we're going to start venturing out of our base fairly soon. So I want to just set up something here. I'm going to switch this over here right in the corner. Put that there. And grab one of those GPS markers from before. All right, so these GPS markers, you can change the icon on them, and one of the icons is a home. There it is. And then you can just put it on top of a stick like that. All right, so Kelvin's fixing things up. It is dark. We should probably head to bed. I have no stones anyway. All right, let's go to bed. But first things first, we're going to grab 2 of these guys because we need to make ourselves a door. Oh, where'd that other log go? Weird. All right, so we'll toss that there. Got ourselves a door. Now what we need to do is get a stick. Whew, it got dark quick. Get a stick and put that right there. And that, oh, did I put the door on backwards? I put the door on backwards. That was a stupid move. All right, so I got my stick back, got my door. Go back inside here. There we go. Set up our door the right way. Put the stick there. Lock the door. And now we can go to sleep. Yeah, look at that. Good morning, Kelvin. How'd you sleep, buddy? Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Whatever. All right, so go ahead and unlock our door. Step outside. Oh, see, they're getting close. Again, I don't know if the totems, like if you chop them down, if it changes anything. But what I have personally found is that if you wake up and there's a bunch of totems around you, you're going to get raided fairly soon. And so, anyway, looks like we're going to be dealing with our first raid fairly soon. All right, so you, Kelvin, where are you at? Kelvin, hey, how you doing? Okay, so see how he's picking up sticks now? I'm pretty sure that he's going to start doing some building here. So you know what? Let's go ahead and just finish this up for you. You don't need to worry about that. And actually, yeah, see, he's now picking up rocks, and he's going to now, instead of taking those rocks over to the storage, he's going to actually build up this stone fireplace that we have set up in there. So it's going to take a little bit of work. That one might be something that I'm going to just leave him to do because it is a little bit of a pain. But either way, let's see. Man, there are like no rocks here. All right, well, I am thirsty. I am hungry. I need to go take care of that first and foremost. So we are going to go over here. Oh, man. Damn moose. I almost feel like I need to do a, like just a quick meal instead of cooking anything today. You know what? Let's just do that. I'll still fill up the pot of water since I'm here and I don't want to waste my time. But we're going to do it quick today. We're going to just grab an MRE. An energy bar. And drink a couple energy drinks. Now that's a breakfast of champions right there, right? MRE, energy bar, and 2 energy drinks back to back. Alright, so we are going to need to go get food soon. But we can do that in time. Go ahead and bring back some of these stones while we're at the beach. Beach? Not the beach, the lake. That's what I meant to say, the lake. I'm going to actually look into if there's DC power for this Canon camera that I have. Otherwise, I'm going to have to set up another webcam if I'm going to keep doing live streaming like this. I swear that camera goes down on me on like the most inopportune moments, like in the middle of interviews with clients and stuff like that. And so I definitely want to figure out a different solution for that and have a camera for filming videos and then a camera for all this other stuff. What? This whole time I've been here, have not seen that camp either. I didn't know there was another camp over here. Let's see what's going on over here. Man, so I like literally set up shop between two cannibal camps. How you doing, bud? Probably shouldn't have wasted my ammo on them. Oh well. Not a big deal. Do I need it? I don't think I need health right now, but might as well. Cloth. Yes. Extra cloth and some explosive building materials. Always nice. And we need rope too. Oh yeah, I forgot. I should open up some of the skin pouches that I have. Couple of basic supplies here. Nothing really too fancy. Oh, is that more wire? That's nice. We need wire right now. Alright. I'm gonna open up these skin pouches real fast. Hey, some raw meat. That's handy. And some extra wire. That wire may be enough to allow me to actually light up my base during the day. It'd be cool if we could find a golf cart battery. That'd be really nice. Let's eat this oyster. Am I full up on those too? No, I needed one. Okay. All right. Guess I'm good to head back to my base. I saw a couple big stones around, yeah. So if we're gonna come back to the base, we might as well come back with a bunch of rocks too. Head up to this lake over here. You always find these big rocks near water. And so if you're struggling to find them, did not realize that that was a glitched out moose. Well, that just made things really awkward. I just activated a moose. That's not fun. Those things like chase you down. Walked right onto them too. Alright, so there's 4 stones right there. Looks like Kelvin's doing a really bang up job over there. Let's get these delivered. Still need about 22 after this. But Kelvin has definitely put in some time. Nice work, dude. Nice work. And we got our firewood storage ready to go. So we can just kind of fill that up real fast. Yeah, keep it going, Kelvin. You're doing a great job, bud. Chop this. So as soon as we finish the fireplace, that's when I'm going to call it for the day. And then we'll start doing a cave the next stream. How many is that? 11? That's good enough. Just gotta let him keep running around and getting some. Oh, there's the 12th one right there. Just gotta keep looking for these rocks. They're around. Just gotta find them. All right, let's go check some places we haven't really been looking for resources too much over by this lake. I guess this isn't really a lake. Let's call this a pond. Yeah, there's a good location for him. About 3 trips of it, and we've got it in the bag. So I get to bring back 4 every single time. Kelvin only brings back 2. So let's see, he's got 12, or we got 12 left after that one. Switch to my machete. I don't know why. I mean, I feel like I know that the other axe does a lot more damage. This one, you just swing it so much faster, so much easier to use. Almost done with this fireplace. All right, so 1, 2. All right, and he's got 2 more. So if I bring back a full stack and he brings back 2, we got this in the bag. All right. So let Kelvin, yeah, he's got 1 right there. You go get a second one, bud, and we'll finish this up. Nice. And so while he's getting that last log put in place, there was another, there it is. Or those last stones in place. I'll put this last log in place. I need to put blinds on these, or shutters. Blinds? Shutters? I don't know. Good job, bud. And we have officially finished our fireplace. Well, let me rephrase that. And we have officially finished our fireplace. Nice work, Calvin. All right, so I am going to save it here. Thank you guys for checking out this stream. Some more Sons of the Forest coming up very shortly, and hopefully my camera won't die on me, and so I'll be able to hang out with you guys a little bit more. You guys have a great rest of your day.